You
It was
see, I
time
got
for
on
us
my.
to
You see, I
go.
got on my Gilligan Island shirt.
I'm done. I ain't on no Gilligan Island. It's Wakanda over here all day. I
You
figured
see, I
it was
got.
time.
You
It was
see, I
time
got
for
on
us
my.
to
You see, I
go.
got on my Gilligan Island shirt.
I'm done. So
Of course it is.
please don't be offended.
Of course it is. Nobody can be. It's all in love.
All in love. Yeah. So I
You
figured
see, I
it was
got.
time.
You
It was
see, I
time
got
for
on
us
my.
to
You see, I
go.
got on my Gilligan Island shirt.
I'm done.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Time to set the stage with the lights off. Let the little nigga breathe till the fight's lost. You ain't never like the room with the bright sauce. Hail Mary, they despise what the light brought. Let them roach niggas bleed if they can't see. Side near the TV, what you can't be. They say that murder on my mind, now they can't breathe. Take a picture of the crew, that's your last peep. Oh, and need me or love, yeah, that's just me. Keep them jumping like some frogs, so they might be leave when the sun sets. And they don't really wanna bleed from the gunplay. And like mine, niggas smoking weed on the one-way street, nigga. Yeah, we see we outside with it. Pull up to debates like we might be with it on God. Side these niggas like bullshit and they fraud. Let me chop them down with the sword. Walk them down like they live bars. This the toughest you gon' be in, we too hard. And you don't really want that smoke, my G. Side near the TV, this the toughest environment. The toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Keep that off your lip before you get flipped. We got sauces over here, we don't just spit. Too many bosses over here, y'all just legit. Put them niggas in the game, let them get real. Don't even step unless you come in with that scholarship. That economic tip, gotta make a dollar flip. And I might be next, I don't give a damn a truth rolling with me, so I'm feeling like the son of man. Too many gon' hate, gotta make a stand. I'm just trying to duck the lake, you don't understand. Read them when I greet them, that's my best plan. Head first shit, I'm just saying. Nigga meet me in LA, oh you just playing. Too many be fake what the bass saying. So I tell them they don't want no smoke before they end up in the newspaper next day. Smoke, this the toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. The toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. And this is it right here. The toughest you gon' ever be in. You wasn't conscious before us. Y'all niggas was asleep. We woke the sleeping giant. We did it. Side nigga TV.
Peace and Pan-Africanism to Brother Herman Smalls in the toughest environment you can be in.
Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough. 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 Policy scholarship. This is the knowledge you can't get in colleges. If you read from the Bible, obey the commandment and know who your mother and father is. Tune in to Sinaitic, cause he the protector of the gods. I'm talking about Dr. Benjamin, Yusuf, Yacanan, and John. We got the scale of my art. If he light as a feather, let's go and weigh his heart. I am the shrine of Ptah. If you say I am, better recognize a god. All I see is pseudos and frauds. Kudos to my dogs. Judo for you frogs. I think it's time to hop off the environment. Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough.
Will survive, comedic knowledge on the rise, raising consciousness divine, to the truth we subscribe. Jabari leading the way, Shaka Amos don't play, Sonetta to open the gates, and up and banging the day. It's a family for the culture, rebuking all you vultures, tough environment full of soldiers, unlock your mind, they'll expose you. HOK is the squad, debating the truth is a nod, watch where you step in the pod, or they'll tear you apart.
Oh, you didn't know? This environment tough. 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 Environment tough. Environment tough. Environment tough.
Peace. Assalamu alaikum. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Jambo. Ashe. All the greetings of love and light to the darkest minds of the light. We got people out here calling themselves the lightest minds of the dark. You never spoke more truth when you said that. And we're going to figure out who are these people. Well, they're the people over there on Pseudo Killigan's Island. You are the lightest minds of, and you're in the dark. You're light work, but you are going to get this work today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Please hit the like, please share, and please subscribe. Now, you will notice that just like people are called pseudos, all I'm saying is Pseudo Killigan's Island. I'm not talking about anybody's looks. I won't be talking about anybody's weight. I won't be talking about anybody's relationships. Watch me, but I will be going in on somebody's intelligence level because we have pseudo killers. I'm fire right out the box. We have pseudo killers that have been on this internet way too long, pretending. Now that's the real pseudo, pretending to be smart. All of them they say it themselves. They're not scientists. You're damn right you're not. And you're also not scientifically qualified. You're not scientifically ready. And you're not literate when it comes to reading scientific papers. Riddle me this. How is the professor, aka Cedric of Pseudo Killigan's Island, trying to ask for, let me see the sources, let me see the research, when they can't even read a basic paper that's scientific, just basic science? They can't even read the paper. Now, granted, I get it. Everybody stumbles over words, but everybody isn't on the internet trying to tell everybody that they're dumb. Check. See, everybody stumbles over words when they're reading. But how do you have the audacity to say, can you guys keep up with this information when you don't even know what you're reading? You don't even know the words. You don't know what they mean. You can't even pronounce them. And we see your intelligence level because you don't even try to go find out how to pronounce the word. And you don't try to find out what the word means. I read scientific papers all the time. And one thing I do, if I come across something that I don't know the definition of, I push the brakes and I go look up the word and I find out. Why? Because I am literate in science when it comes to reading these scientific papers. That's why a lot of people, when I did my debate with the sister Dulcinea, they were like, oh, she didn't know what she was talking about, because they didn't know. Most people, let me just get this out. Most people are not reading scientific papers. Most people are not doing that, and they're intelligent people out there. Everybody is not trying to read a scientific paper. It's tedious. It's not easy. You get it? But what we're doing, I want everybody to focus. I don't want to hear anybody in there talking about, well, you mess up. No, I'm not sitting on the internet for years and years telling everybody they're dumber than me, like they do over there on the island, right? Everybody, we're going to get on the same page. If you're telling everybody that they're stupid and their degrees aren't worth anything, and, oh, you don't know the research, and, oh, we're so much smarter than you, then you better come out that box reading that scientific paper that you're always talking that you want. You better read it perfectly. And if you don't read it perfectly and you can't pronounce a word, you still might get a pass if you at least stop reading and go look up the word, but they don't do that. I want you to listen to these two castaways trying to pronounce parietal. Basic. That's a basic word if you're talking about neurology. Parietal, not parietal, not parietally, not parallel. It's parietal. It's an actual lobe in the brain. You showed us that you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Then you want to talk about temporal parietal. You didn't know. That is the temporal parietal joint, or junction, I should say. That is the two lobes that come together in a region of the brain. I don't even have to look at this. I am a novice enough that I read these papers. That's why I said they're basic. They couldn't even pronounce the words. They don't even understand. It's, by the way, it's not gyrus, it's gyrus. It's a ridge. It's a ridge in the brain. Like you'll see. We're going to get the definitions. And I want everybody to sit back and laugh. You're going to laugh at these people. We're exposing them for being pseudos who say they know science and they don't. See, when you keep on putting yourself up high, you have a long way to fall. And I want everybody to sit back and watch these people. I'm going to keep dismantling them. I was leaving them alone. They do chat GPT. They Google. They parrot. I'm going to say that 3 times. They parrot, one more time. They parrot, meaning they repeat things that they read off of the internet. They have no intelligence when it comes to true science and being scientific. Because science is about exploring. Science is about trying to figure out things that have not yet been discovered. You are not scientists. What you are people who sit on the internet and you act condescending and you just repeat what you read off the internet. But you get this work today because I told you, as long as you guys kept on staying as a chat GPT repeater and a Google and a Wikipedia repeater, as long as you stayed in your lane, I left you alone. When you start trying to talk to people about philosophical things, now we will get you. We got our piñata sticks ready. We're about to bust you all up. There's going to be coconut water and bananas and pineapples everywhere when we're done. All right. So let me check the chat before I get started with this information. Peace, everybody. Okay. And I love you too. Thank you. Yeah, they're science advocates. To be a science advocate like me and many other people, you would actually be talking about science. And when you see people present things, you wouldn't be making fun of people and trying to make them feel bad about what they're trying to figure out. See, those are people who are unintelligent. Let's look back at the days when, we'll use Galileo, or even we'll go a little bit further down the line in history. We'll use Isaac Newton. All of these people, Booker T. Washington Jr., all of these people are scientists who they embarked on a path where there was nothing laid out for them to refer to. Do you get what I'm saying? That's real science. That's real science. When you sit on the internet and make fun of people who have innovative minds, who ask questions, who see things that at this time we say are phenomenal, like Michio Kaku, Max Planck, who else can I name? All of these, James Tucker. These are scientists who say, why? But why? But why is this? People who sit on the internet and they make fun of people who ask questions and people who go and try to explore the unknown to answer questions that have been asked, those people are ignorant. And this isn't that's not calling anybody's name. That's just how it is. You know, when we were growing up, like, stop acting ignorant. You're being ignorant, but we're going to play today. You want to play? So we're going to play. Yeah, they're wrong about a lot of things, my friend. Oh, Common Side FX Best. They are wrong about almost everything, but I let them live because when they're not like all those ridiculous series that Cedric's doing, they are just so basic. It's like you want to say, duh. Like when they're like, oh, we found out that, which I'm going to show you the information. We found out that you can use electrostimulation in a region of the brain, and it's going to cause people to hallucinate. You think? Duh. We found out that if you use if somebody uses takes a dose of DMT, they're going to have some type of hallucination and a spiritual experience. Duh. You are the lightest, meaning not heavy. You're the lightest minds in the dark, but we are the darkest minds of the light. See, we're the darkest because our minds are profound. You don't know what that word means, right? Right, castaways? We're deep. The deeper you go, the darker it gets. Didn't you guys do a Google search on the abyssal zones of the ocean? Y'all know that, right? Oh, you didn't do that yet. Okay. Well, the deeper you go in the ocean, the darker it gets, the colder it gets. And we cold today. We're going to be ice cold. So without further ado, let's get to this clown. Let me stop. See, I said, let's get to this hilarious show, this comedy. I didn't say it. I almost did. Let's get to this because I got to make sure there's somebody over there who wants to get dirty and turn it into a garbage fest. They want to throw mud. See, even while I'm being rough right now and tough in the toughest environment, I'm not talking about anybody. I'm not messing with playing with anybody's pictures. Okay? Let's see if you can do what I do. You still didn't talk to us about why Max Planck said that that matter is a derivative of consciousness. Check. You haven't said anything about why there is an actual department of perceptual studies that studies OBEs, out-of-body experiences, NDEs, near-death experiences, parapsychology, reincarnation. There's an actual department of study in the University of Virginia. You didn't talk to us about that. You know why? Because you're somewhere cramming. Oh, I got to find something. Oh, something has to be wrong here. No, baby, it's legitimate. It's real science. Real scientists are working on that, and we'll get to that. But first, let's get to this comedy. I wish I had a laugh track. I want y'all to hear them having the audacity to read this paper saying that they need proof. We need to see proof. How are we going to give you proof when you can't even read the papers? How? And she's going to ask the audience, are you guys going to be able to keep up? You can't keep up. You didn't know nan, as my grandma said, you didn't know nan word that you was reading off that paper. Not nan, because you actually, they say a pseudo always dies with their own source. No, a pseudo Killigan castaway, a pseudo Killigan's Island castaway always dies on their own source. Because the paper you're reading, duh, they're doing research with electrical stimulation in the brain. That's what we know scientifically. There's empirical, get it? Empirical data telling us at least we know that we could start with the brain. Duh. But we're going beyond the brain, the bigger scientists, the ones who say, are there multiple universes, Michio Kaku? Dr. Tucker at the university, the director of the Department of Perceptual Studies, Dr. Tucker says, there's this phenomenal occurrence of children coming when they're under age 5, and they're coming to us and they're telling us detailed, specific information. I was a Jewish lady that lived in Kurdistan, and I had a neighbor who was a Greek fisherman, and then they go and research it, and they find out that is actual valid information. That's actual valid information. These are scientists studying this, while we have a bunch of people who admit, and by the way, that's called vertical information, vertical perception. When people can say, I was here, and you know that they've never been there, you can verify it, then that is empirical evidence. But I digress. We have people on the internet who admit that they don't know a damn, that they're not scientists. They don't say they don't know anything. They call themselves advocates of science. No, you are parrots of Google and things that you look up. You're not advocates of science. And you're mad that we are over here taking our minds to another level. You're mad. So what you want to do, for years, you've been disrespectful, you've been condescending, you've been talking about trash about people. This woman, Doc Too Sweet, got on the internet minding her own business. She said she has a bachelor's. She was doing fine. You did nothing besides harass her, make fun. Oh, she works at Bank of America. Oh, I heard her degree is just from Liberty University. I don't think her credits are even transferable. You're nasty. But we're going to clean you up right now, because we're going to make some fun of you. But see, we're making fun where you deserve to be made fun of. Let's take a look at them trying to pronounce and try to just read this paper. Okay, hit the like button and get ready. Now, this is they got hurt last night because I came out and showed them something, busted their piñata wide open. And so, of course, the nastiest one of all, the meanest one, said, we're going to get on here and make I think it's hilarious that you're calling us Muppets, because we'll be Muppets. We'll be Muppets over here busting your piñata and making you look foolish. But what you shouldn't be doing is playing with people's pictures. But baby, I kiss you to the sky. While you play with my pictures, I'm going to show people that you can't read scientific papers that you say you can read. Okay? Because people been playing with my pictures. But I bet you can't get on the internet and laugh at me trying to read something and pretend that I know it when everybody will see that you don't. And you say you guys are the scientific the hub of YouTube. No, baby, the HOK is all day long. We're on another level. Okay, we're not light work. We're the right work. We're the deep ones. We're heavy. We're tough. You said you're the lightest minds. That's what you said. We're the lightest minds of the dark. I think she even says this right here. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Lightest minds of the dark. Okay, you want to play? We can play. And you
little song.
Yeah. I mean,
again, Snoop Killer's like Candyman, call her name twice. Here we go.
Don't make us laugh.
I do.
Don't make us laugh.
all in love.
Don't make us laugh.
Jason.
Ain't nobody worried about the pseudo killers besides
For real. Pseudo Killer Army. We family. We family for real. That's where we got our beast from. So I'm going to preface by saying, first of all, no disrespect to anyone.
Oh, that sounds great. No disrespect. We got you. We're just going to have to show that you can't read scientific papers. You can't even pronounce parietal. You're not qualified. Next.
It's all in love. So
It is.
please don't be offended.
Of course it is. Nobody can be. It's all in love.
All in love. Yeah. So I figured
You see,
it was time.
You
It
see,
was
I
time
got
for
on
us
my.
to-
You see, I got on my Gilligan Island shirt.
See, Cedric doesn't mind. If you hear him say he's got in his Gilligan Island shirt, Cedric's never had a problem with that. It's always some bitter ass person coming in trying to just stick to the information. I call Cedric The reason I start saying pseudo Killigan's Island is because they've been calling people pseudos, messing with people's pictures, putting people in the pseudo killers, the pseudo of the year award. I laugh at it. It's funny. But how are you going to get your feelings hurt when you've been calling people names and talking about people for years? And then when we call you pseudo Killigan, which I got that for Cedric because he's on the island, he works in a lab, and I was calling him pseudo Killigan's professor. He was fine with it. He would laugh, but she has to put a battery in his back like, no, this is disrespectful, so we got to bang back. Okay, well, we're going to stick with just looking at the information if you don't mind. But watch Cedric. He said he has on his pseudo. He has on his pseudo Killigan's Island shirt. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm done. I ain't on the Gilligan Island. It's Wakanda over here all day.
No, it's not Wakanda because they can read scientific papers in Wakanda. Okay?
And like they be saying, they're the darkest minds of the light. Well,
okay, I want you to hear her. It's not from me. Listen to what she says. She says they're the darkest minds of the light. She's going to say we're the lightest minds of the dark. Oh my God, Freudian slip much? You are 100% right. You're light work. You're on the surface. You can't get deep. And you are definitely in the dark forever. Let's listen to what she says.
Well, we're going to be the lightest minds of the dark.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so let's get to these lightest minds. And you will see it's going to show that they're light. Their minds are very light. Because damn, I get it. You might not know all the words. You don't know what those words mean. I bet my life that you went and looked them up now. You're looking them up now. But I bet my life that you don't know what those words mean. You know why? Because you don't know how to pronounce them. I'm saying you didn't know what. I bet my life that you, at the time you're reading this, you did not know what those words meant. How are you reading a paper trying to talk about your scientific, telling us that you need the information and you can't even read the words and you're not even stopping to go find out what the word means. You're not even trying to sound the word out because you are a pseudo light mind lost on pseudo Killigan's Island in the dark. Remember, I'm not talking about anybody's looks. I'm not talking about anybody calling anybody out of their name. I'll call Cedric professor, but I said this on my last stream. She doesn't want to be called pseudo Killigan's Island. Okay, then you're not pseudo Killigan's Island, but Cedric is on pseudo Killigan's Island. So I have to keep on using this disclaimer. She's too sensitive, even though all she does is sit on the internet for years talking about everybody, being rude. But it's all good. She's been taught my name has been in her mouth 100 times. She thinks I don't know. I let it go. She was talking about me the other day, saying the pod. Hey, guess what? Boom, boom. Kisses to you as a sister. No HOMO. But you're going to get this work right now. We're going to see that you can't read. And so whenever they ask you for a paper, anybody who's being told by them, let me see the work, say, wow, y'all can't read it anyway. Why would I bring you anything scientific? You can't even read. And when I say you can't read, I'm not making fun of them not being able to read. I'm making fun of them as people who always attack people, talking about people's degrees, talking about how people aren't scientists, but they can't even read simple words like parietal lobe. Both of them, not just her. Let's listen. Let's listen to them. Okay, so she's going to go over the paper and have the audacity to talk about this is a fire. Actually, this paper kills you. And I'm going to show you later why. But let's listen to this.
In the same, come find out the reality, come find out the truth.
Fair use. And I already talked to Sonetter. He already talked to his friend, the skipper, the head of the pseudo killers, Ankh. It's all good. Ankh said he's fine with all this. Before I did this, I had to check with the skipper of the island. And the skipper said it's okay. So, yeah, fair use. Don't worry about it. It's all fun, right? Right? Okay, good. Let's listen to these pseudo killers. To be honest, let's really listen and expose these people to show how they do not know what they're talking about. And they're not scientific because they can't even read. They can't even pronounce parietal. They can't even pronounce gyrus. They can't even pronounce a lot of these words in this paper. Let's listen. And it matters because they say they're scientific. They say they're all about science. If you're about science, you would know what these words mean, and you at least try to go find out.
Come watch me put down this work. Take another pseudo out.
But it ain't no love. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, I didn't want to get this guy on here. Let me get him off there.
Was in the chamber lined up. My next series is gonna make them even hard. They're gonna cry even more. Cause we gonna go into that Bible. First episode is faction.
Doesn't that one Castaway though look like they're just a floating head? Honestly, like for me, when I first saw it, I said, "What is that?" It looked like just a floating head, but it's actually
A fiction, fairy tale, or fables. We gonna put something on display for y'all. So that's another 5-part series. The Pseudo Killers ain't going nowhere. We're going hard in 2025. Pretty soon, we're gonna have a full lineup every night, bringing you a whole variety of shows. We're serious about this.
Okay, real quick though, before we do end and before
she thinks she's bringing something. This is hilarious. This is actually this is actually a procedure used in the study of OBEs and NDEs. It's actually research that's helping further the study along. It's laying the groundwork. See, I'm telling you, they're light work. She's right. It's laying the groundwork so we can decide what is a true OBE, ma'am, out-of-body experience, and what is not, boo-boo. You're not ready. You're not ready.
before I get the wisdom, give me a brief moment. This is a contribution to Pseudo Killer Official Chilimwe. So I just want to go through this really quick, right? These are also some things that have been brought up out of body experience. So pardon me for the readership. He wanted me to start in the middle. However,
hold on. I'm glad you said this. Ben, I think it's Nasut. Yeah, no, this has nothing to do with Dr. Ma'at. I'm glad you put that comment up. I want to repeat this. This has nothing to do with Dr. Ma'at. Dr. Ma'at doesn't sit over there in Pseudo Killigan's Island and do that. She's doing real work. She may not, I'm sure she aligns with them. They're friends with them. She's one of their, what do you say? They consult with her on things. So this isn't about Dr. Ma'at. I don't know where Dr. Ma'at is in the whole situation. This is absolutely, I don't even see Dr. Ma'at on Pseudo Killigan's Island. You can be an affiliate of the Castaways and you can love the Castaways.